I am the Irish guy, and right, since I am the Prince of Predictions, you know, if the Prince had smashed his brain off the concrete floor, then why not, for the first time this season, why not have a crack at predicting the Premier League results this weekend for Game Week 6? I mean, do you want this? Do you not? Let me know in the comments. And click subscribe. Let's find out. Right, let's go. Crystal Palace 2, Fulham 1. I hope Roy Hodgson's recovered from his flu, because I'm sure he does enjoy facing off against the club he once dragged to a legitimate European final. I'm gonna say it, hands down, the greatest achievement of his career. And here, a battle of the ex-Watford managers. Roy Hodgson versus Marco Silva. Palace are going to sneak a win. I've already said the Fulham this season are going to be a stale, sluggish mess with a manager who's probably already regretting turning down a mountain of Saudi cash. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he and Willian spent an hour every Wednesday morning looking at Saudi travel brochures together and crying with João Paulinho's heart breaking every time he hears the word Bundesliga. I think Ebereki Eze will run this match. But this will be a game where 20-year-old winger Jesper Raksaki will come off the bench, score his first ever Palace goal. Yeah, Raksaki? Weren't they on the X Factor? Isn't one of them a pretend boxer? But yeah, after 15 goals on loan at Charlton in League One last season, this kid is going to be confident. Will come off the bench and announce himself with a 25-yard wonder goal into the top bins. This little child will quickly make everyone forget all about Wilfried Zaha, who right now is probably living in a Turkish swamp, trying to work out how to order pizza on his phone. Luton Town 1, Wolves 0. Is this already a relegation 6-pointer? Is this a scrap between two teams who are doomed for the drop? I know it's very early. Price bump, it's mid-September. But make no mistake about it, both sets of fans will pile into this garden shed of a stadium and feel so nervous. They'll feel queasier than someone who just walked in and Avram Grant in the bath. So far this season, Luton have been a joke. They get completely neutered in the possession stats. Clearly, Rob Edwards doesn't really want his players to have the ball. I thought this was a fresh, young, progressive coach. But in reality, he's just Sam Allardyce on a diet. And with a fresh trim. So far, Luton have been an ugly, wretched slogfest to watch. While Wolves have shown glimpses. Like, they should have left Old Trafford with a win, and they dominated Liverpool for half the game, and they left Goodison Park with a win. But I think this will be a game where, yes, they will dominate possession of the ball, and they will have chances, only for their players to once again show that in front of goal, they look about as comfortable as a vegan licking a steak. Lads, Gary O'Neill and Rob Edwards are in the same boat of being a 40-year-old English manager who've both taken gigs at massive coaching jobs. I mean, O'Neill used to coach the kiddies at Liverpool, while Edwards managed England under 16s, where he probably received horrible text messages from angry mums after every training session. Oh, stop shouting at my boy! Weirdly, Edwards was actually interim manager of Wolves back in 2016. I mean, he was only 33 years old and literally only taking charge of them for 2 championship games. The guy also played over 100 times for Wolves as a centre back, so this is a huge monumental day for him, and I reckon he's gonna nick a win with someone like Carlton Morris bundling in an ugly goal after 85 minutes. Man City 5, Nottingham Forest 0. Steve Cooper will be utterly dreading this match. A year ago, Nottingham Forest turned up the Etihad and were served a 6-0 spanking. I don't care that they've had a transfer window refresh. I don't care that Callum Wilson-Odoi has begun life at Forest with a bang. Honestly, that strike against Burnley, I guess I was wrong. Maybe he does have more end product than the bowl of mashed banana. But again, like Paulinho earlier, he's probably someone who also breaks out in a sweat whenever he hears the words Bayern Munich. But similarly, lads, this is going to be an absolutely nothing contest. City will have over 70% possession. Erling Haaland will rattle in another hat-trick. Obviously, City win. I mean, if City don't win this match, I will do an entire video in the freezing cold sea. The crabs will be very confused. Brentford 0, Everton 1. Come on, surely Everton going to squeak some sort of result to get themselves out of the relegation zone. I do not want to begin life next week with another milk shower. Honestly, I probably smell like the stomach of a cow. Next time I get a haircut, the barber is going to question why I now stink of sour corn flakes. After staying up with their fingernails in May, I was so confident of the Toffees kicking on under Sean Dyche that I foolishly said that for every week that Everton spend in the relegation zone, I will pour a bucket of milk over my face. Yeah, if they don't get a result at Brentford this weekend, that will be 6 weeks in a row. I would have spent more money on milk than my own mother's birthday present. I bought her a packet of spaghetti. Maybe that's why she doesn't like me very much. I know Everton haven't actually won at Brentford since 1952. Their only win at Brentford's ground in their entire history. That is embarrassing. Is there a single person alive on planet Earth who could actually remember Everton winning at Brentford? No, they're probably all sitting in a nursing home, being fed microwave cabbage, and wondering why they haven't seen their grandkids in 12 years. Brentford have drawn all 3 of their home matches this season, right? So surely this is pointing at another stalemate. But I'm sorry, no, that's not good enough. For the sake of my health, please just let Everton win. I'm sorry, but if... No, pause of thought. When Abdoulaye Doucouré batters in a 35-yard screamer in the 95th minute, hoisting the Toffees out of the relegation zone and guaranteeing that the next 3 litres of milk will remain in my fridge. Oh, trust me, absolute scenes. Burnley 2, Man United 2. Things have not gone to plan for Burnley so far this season, right? I thought that under Vincent Kompany, it would be a spectacular breath of fresh air. For the first time in my life, I was going to see Burnley competing in the Premier League whilst looking pretty. Because over the last 10 years under Sean Dyche, and even before him under Owen Coyle, they looked uglier than the arse of a pug. We know Man United have massively struggled this season so far, and they need a win here. You remember when Man United used to be excellent on the road? Incredible away from home under Solskjaer and Ten Hag? Yeah. Not really anymore. In 2023, they played 12 Premier League games away from home. Yeah, they lost 7 of them, one of them by 7 goals to nil. Only 3 of those away trips have been wins against Leeds, Forest and Bournemouth. That's it. And so similarly, I reckon this is going to be a match where they will chuck 2 points down the loo. They're up against an old foe in Vincent Kompany, somebody who literally has a statue outside the stadium of their rivals. Don't think for 1 second that the travelling fans of Turf Moor won't be singing horrible songs about him all match, saying that he looks like one of the aliens that was dug up in Mexico, but he's going to have the last laugh. I reckon Man United will roar into a 2-goal lead at half-time. Marcus Rashford and Rasmus Højlund with the goals, but then Burnley will come out rejuvenated in the second half after Kompany screams at him until his lungs are blue. Honestly, he's going to unleash his own version of the higher dryer treatment. He'll probably just throw a plate of sandwiches at Josh Cullen's face, and it will work. Burnley will get on the ball, exploit United's weaknesses in midfield. They'll start to slowly dominate possession. Will then scramble in a goal at 81 minutes. Maybe Sander Berg bundling home a goal. This will force Man United to automatically be nervous, scared, and will panic. Cue the mistakes, the horrible errors, and then in the 94th minute, Aaron Ramsey will head in from a last-minute corner kick and cue the absolute delirium. I mean, why not? His brother scored a few goals against Man United. His namesake scored a few goals against Man United. Ramsey is destined to score. Silly name though. I mean, what, were you named after a chef? This will be a second half for 19-year-old Italy/USA winger Lucas Cogliosho will absolutely terrorize Diogo Dalot. Although really, USA and Italy? He's just another Giuseppe Rossi. This fella can actually play for USA, Canada, Nigeria and Italy. The only way his passport could be messier is if he spills cat food and milk all over it. Arsenal 3, Tottenham 3. The North London derby is always guaranteed for entertainment. Although right now, Tottenham, aside from one 3-0 win against Arsenal in May 2022, they've been pretty dog puke in most recent North London derbies for a solid 3 years. Like it or not, Mikel Arteta has had your number, but I actually think that Tottenham are in a good place right now. Everyone is playing with a smile on their face. They're scoring goals. The fans have fallen back in love with their team, and James Maddison is their new hero. This reminds me of Tottenham under Harry Redknapp. Although let's be real, Ange Postecoglou has a lot more complicated and defined tactics than Frank Lampard's uncle, who really had such primitive ideas from the 90s. His philosophy usually just consisted of G'ing up the players in between chewing mouthfuls of birthday cake, but when he was there was always goals. And similarly, this is going to be an absolute roller coaster of a match. I reckon Arsenal will fire into a 3-1 lead by half-time. Goals from Gabriel Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard. But Tottenham will rally. Maddison will have scored in the first half. Then Richarlison and Son Heung-min in the second. I think it's going to be an absolutely thrilling match. Brighton 4, Bournemouth 4. There will be goals in this match. Lads, we haven't had a nutty bonkers match in the Premier League this season. Not yet. We always have 1 or 2 stupid results a season. I think this is one of them. An absolutely bonkers 4-4. Brighton have got goals in them. I mean, we know that. They banged in 15 goals in 5 matches. The football they play under Roberto De Zerbi. Oh, wow. And some people thought they would cave and fall off a cliff after Graham Potter left. Yeah, no. With every week, the Italian is making Potter look more and more of a managerial earwig. Someone who's more overrated than the last Batman film. As I know it's 18 months ago, but still. Watching that bloke off Twilight grimace, moan and pout for over 3 hours would cause you to fall asleep in your popcorn. But lads, this is a battle between 2 very special managers. De Zerbi pitting his wits against Andoni Iraola, who worked wonders at Rayo Vallecano. The media are always trying to write him off because he's failed to win his first 5 games. It's the laziest punditry I've ever heard in my life. I actually think the Bournemouth this season have looked far better than whatever fluky pig show they were under Gary O'Neill 6 months ago. Lads, people will think that I'm nuts that I've tipped Bournemouth to score 4 against the mighty Brighton, but lads, it was only 4 years ago that the Cherries left this ground with a 5-0 win. Although honestly, right now there's 2 saucy European managers in charge, but back then, who thought that in that 5-0 drubbing, one of the managers would take Newcastle to the Champions League and the other one is the future Ghana coach? weird. But yeah, this will be an absolutely chaotic back and forth match. Bournemouth will finally click under Areola, and yeah, just a completely bonkers game. I promise you, this match will be anything but boring. Chelsea 2, Aston Villa 1. Again, this is a pretty tasty managerial matchup too. Not too long ago, Mauricio Pochettino versus Unai Emery was a North London derby. It's a battle between two guys who know what it feels like to get sacked by PSG. I mean, considering not too long ago, this fixture featured Frank Lampard trying to outwit Dean Smith, two absolute puke sandwich managers, two guys with such basic tactics. Then yeah, this dugout battle has had a monster glow up. I mean, if Pochettino or Emery ever tried to explain their tactics to either Lampard or Smith, oh, these two British managers would be so confused and lost, they'd probably just give up and start doodling cartoon penguins on the wall. But listen, people are saying that Chelsea are absolutely horrible under Pochettino this season, right? No, it's coming, okay? This will be a pretty even match. Both sides will squander a host of chances. In particular, Ollie Watkins is going to smash the crossbar from just 3 yards out. Honestly, watch out for it. When it happens, and trust me, it will, I can feel it in my thigh, I am going to look like an utter genius. When that happens, clip it up. I'm gonna go viral. But yeah, this game will be back and forth. It'll probably merit a draw, but no, someone's gonna spank in a late wonder goal. Let's say Enzo Fernandez to steal the points. Liverpool 3, West Ham 1. This will be a good match too. Both Liverpool and West Ham this season have been great, despite both sets of fans absolutely moaning about their transfer window a month ago. But here, I reckon West Ham will score the first goal. Gerard Bowen with a breakaway counter-attack goal. But, I mean, don't worry, Liverpool fans. Like you did against Bournemouth, Newcastle and Wolves, you will rally, unleash your attacking options from the bench. And so yeah, late goals from Dominic Szoboszlai, Darwin Núñez and Curtis Jones will wrap up the points. Sheffield United 0, Newcastle 0. Yeah. Here we've got a newly promoted team from the Championship going head-to-head with a team in the actual Champions League, and I'm predicting a board draw. Yes. Oh yes, this will be an absolute garbage match, and without a doubt the worst game of the season so far, but it's because Newcastle are in the Champions League. That's why I think they will be an absolute rotten muck sandwich on Saturday afternoon. The emotion, the excitement, the huge occasion of playing their first Champions League match for over 20 years, and it's against the great AC Milan. That will have taken a lot out of the squad, and then coming back to reality by traveling to grimy Sheffield. It'll be a bit like the day after your birthday, when you've got a painful wine hangover, and you just sit on the couch all day, watching Bananas in Pajamas and wishing that the dog would just bite off your face, put you out of your misery. This will be a horrible, ugly game where both teams will muster up a combined 3 shots at target. I mean, the last time both Newcastle and Sheffield United scored in the same match was April 2010. Anyway, that's the video. Let me know in the comments what do you think. Let me know in the comments section below. What are your predictions? Let me know if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to get on subscribe as always. I'll talk to you in a while.